So, I guess pivots though, when we moved upstream to enterprise, that was probably the biggest one. We kind of realized that these innovation teams had similar problems to non-technical founders, and that they were a lot of kind of business folks that did not have the design, product strategy, technology, marketing chops, and even though they were being incubated inside of a mothership brand, they could not really leverage any of the brand's assets because it was considered brand risk. And so they kind of had to stand these things up as if they were completely independent entities. And almost nobody realized that they were owned by some larger organization. And so they didn't actually have a whole lot of advantages there. And so what we had constructed was effectively a startup team in a box. And that was really attractive to these enterprise organizations. Candidly, they pay a lot better than startups do for similar levels of product complexity, right? So it's just a much more advantageous business to be in, I think, as a consulting firm. And in startup land, you as soon as you raise, definitely an A, but I think even really like a legit seed round, the investors probably want you to go bring that stuff in house, and so engagements don't necessarily last quite as long. We help you stand up a V1, and you get enough traction to raise a seed round. They want you to bring that in house because that's a lot of your asset value, which totally makes sense. And we were happy to do that, but we realized that enterprise organizations are more comfortable paying teams that make progress, a lot longer before they try to stand up a whole team around it and that kind of thing. And so it was advantageous from that regard as well. So that was kind of the biggest pivot, was realizing that we should go upstream. There were huge advantages. It was really hard though, because coming from a startup background, we had to learn that we don't talk the same language. We don't understand risk the way they do. We don't present the way that they're used to being presented to. So like a Deloitte or a BCG or something like that coming in, they have a certain way of presenting themselves that is very different than how we thought about things. And so we had to learn a lot that way. We ended up hiring some pretty senior people from companies like that to help us kind of take what we're really good at, which is like execution, and have them help us spin the narrative in a way that was palatable to enterprise organizations, help us level up in terms of account management, project management, governance, in ways that they're used to, helping us navigate procurement, all of those kinds of things. And so